Welcome to What You Didn't Know, the podcast where we talk about the things that you didn't know about the community. And today we are talking about the history of the Freedom Tower, and I'm here with Vivian Seeloff, who came here in 1969.
9 years old.
She was 9 years old. So I have a couple of questions to ask you. So what was your journey like when you came here?
Well, we were anticipating this flight for 9 years. In my passport picture, I was 6 months old. So every year my mom would make me a flight outfit. And so finally the day came in 1969 when we finally came, and as legal immigrants. And so it was a wonderful feeling. We had felt so horrible living in communist Cuba that it was just a wonderful feeling coming here and find true freedom. Mm-hmm. And so from the airport, after I think it was a 45 minute flight, I'm not sure, where we sipped Coca-Cola. I sipped Coca-Cola for the very first time, so I was thrilled. And then we finally got to see, about to land, we saw all the expressways in Miami, city of Miami. And so from the airport, they took us to the Freedom Tower. And I remember going through the glass doors, and the double glass doors, and being greeted by very nice people. And so they sat us at a waiting room, ready to be called. And so in the meantime, they gave us each a square box. It was red and white box, and it had toiletries and things. And in there was also a green pen. And so that I kept for years. It was very special to me. So with blue ink. And it was like a neon green, we'll call it. So that got my attention as a child. And so that was really cool. And everyone was just wonderful. And we were anticipating to seeing our family that had been here since 1961, who claimed us. And so we finally got to see them. So it was a very emotional moment for all of us. Lots of hugs and kisses, and all of us were crying. And so anyway, that was our day of arrival at the Freedom Tower.
Okay, so I have another question for you. How do you feel that society has changed in regards to how immigration works, with how it was for you? Like, how do you think that it has changed since, like, through your own personal experience with people that you've ran into or friends that you have? How do you feel it's different?
It's very different. It indeed has changed greatly since we came. And so everywhere I go, people talk about it, and I always remind them that we flee Cuba because of communism, not because of hunger, even though we had issues with food. But it was mainly communism, and this is why we were allowed to come to the United States. Right. And so where other countries, they do not have communism, and they just flee because of hunger or whatever oppression they may be facing. But that was for us. So I see this issue now with the illegal immigrants, and we think it's wrong. We feel sorry for them, but they need to somehow do it legally. And we waited 9 long years, and they just can't just come up and stay overnight. Mm-hmm. They need to be processed like we were. And so that's the way I see it. And so that's that. Yes, everywhere I go, people are talking immigration, left and right.
Okay.
And so this is what I tell them, what I share with them.
Okay. So do you feel that the journey that you took when you came from Cuba to Miami, do you feel that that's influenced you now?
Of course. Most definitely. It's changed my life. I cannot see myself having lived in Cuba all my days. So yes, it's wonderful being here, and I'm a very proud Cuban American. And I thank God for allowing me the opportunity to come to this great country.
Okay. So last question I have for you, how do you preserve your culture now?
Well, we maintain our culture preserve it by maintaining Noche Buena each year, which is Christmas Eve, and with the Cuban food and Cuban music, and that's how we maintain it.
Well, thank you
Preserve
so
it.
much for talking to me about this, and the story has been very, very touching to my heart. And thank you again so much for talking to me.
Oh, you're very welcome.
All right. Well, this has been What You Didn't Know. Tune in for the next episode.